Many people ask me how to extend a standard Business Central API, for example, to add new fields and use it in a Power App. The bad news is that it is not possible at the moment. I'm sorry. The good news is that it isn't a big deal. Welcome to my channel Learning Business Central, and thank you for watching this video. My name is Roberto Corella, and today I want to show you how to create your API even if you are not a developer. Come with me. First, I want to show you the Microsoft documentation on the standard API. As you can see, you can find here every published table and all its fields as properties. This is the different tables, and here the different properties as fields. If your field is not here or it is a custom field, you will need to create a custom API. I assume you already know whenever you want to change in Business Central, you must do it by an extension. So obviously, we need the VSCode, the free environment for developing extensions, and of course, the AL language extension. Here, we can download the VSCode, and once you download and install the VSCode, you need to install also one extension. This is the AL language extension for Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. If you are not developer, I also recommend the ALAC extension. This is this one. Actually, this extension is not necessary, but it will help you as we will see. Beforehand, we need to check the table properties in the API to see if our field really isn't there. Remember, sometimes the names are not the same than in the table. If we go to the vendor, we have different fields in the vendor card. And for instance, I am interested in this field, mobile phone number, and also in location code. Let's go to check in the documentation for these fields, and in vendor entity, go to the properties, and we can see these two fields are not in the standard API. Then we need to create a custom API. And for this, go to the VSCode, and to start, we can create an extension choosing this option in the menu and press this option, AL Go. The first configuration is the path where we store the files. In my case, I create this folder. The second thing is the version. Of course, we are working in the last version. And finally, ask me if I want to create my extension for Sandbox or for my own server. In this case, we choose Microsoft Cloud Sandbox. Perfect. Until now, this is the standard way to use when you create any extension. I want to delete this file because it's not interesting for me. I delete this file. And the next thing that I need to do is to download the symbols. In the menu, View, Command Palette, and Download Symbols. And what is this? This is the standard tables page and all the information that there is in the Business Central standard. When you finish, you can see here we have the message that symbols have been downloaded. Then we can see here 4 files. This is the base application, the system application, and the system apps. 4 apps that every Business Central has for work properly. Now to create the custom API, we want to use the ALAC extension. Press here with the right button, New AL File Wizard. This is the assistant of the wizard to create our objects. In this case, we want to create a page. Choose this option, page, and the system asks me about what is the kind of page that we need. Firstly, the name, AP vendor, AP my vendor, which is the source name, obviously vendor. Type of page we need, in this case API, and we have several special properties for the API page. Firstly, the publisher, in this case my name, the group learning VC, the API version, in this case we can put here beta because it's a test API, and finally we need to create two properties that in this case is the entity name vendor, and entity set normally is same as the entity but in plural, in this case vendors. Application area, when we fill these properties, press to the next and choose the fields. The fields you can choose to order by name or by ID. In my case, I use ID because for me it's easy to find the fields. And for instance, I choose this one, the name, the address, the city, and for instance, I want to use the VAT registration number because it's not in the standard API, and mobile phone, and location code. Of course, you can choose all of you need, but remember that you are exposing this information to the outside of Business Central. Then, as less information you show, better for the security, right? Press to the next button. This is filters. I don't want to choose any one, and finish. The outcome of this wizard is the API with all the fields. As you can see, all the properties like entity name, API publisher, API version, all of them are the first letter is in lower case. The same with the name of the fields. The name of the fields, always the first letter must be in lowercase. With this, we have the API created. Now, we only need to publish this API. And then go here to the run option in the menu, start debugging. The system give me an error because we have another extension with the same number. Then we need to change two parameters here. Firstly, in the app.json, we need to change the default numbers and put here 95, for instance, 95, from this number to this number. And finally, of course, I need to change this option. And now press again to the start debugging. The API page is published in our sandbox, but this page is not visible. We can go to the extension management, go to the list, and here we have the extension. Let's go to check if it's working properly in our Canvas Power Apps. Let's go to create a new one, a blank app, create, testing API. It's a tablet. And now let's go to the data, new data. In this case is Business Central. Remember, we have two options for Business Central in the Power Apps Studio. In this case is Business Central the first, the second one is for on-premise. Choose a connection. Remember, we published the extension in Sandbox, and we can see here we have the vendors here in this option. And now I insert gallery and choose this data, this option. And let me show more information. This is another option, that is this one. Okay, but let me insert more fields. This is the city, but we can use location code. It's not in the standard, remember? And we can create other for mobile phone number. Let's go to go here and insert this information here. Mobile phone number is 00998877, and the location is the principal. Here you are, the new fields in our custom API. To sum up, in this video, we have seen how to create in an effortless way custom API to use in Power Apps or Power Automate. Thank you for watching this video, and drop me in the comments if you have any doubt. See you in the next video.